You know, I'm not the mayor, I'm not the pope, and I'm not the president, but I'm going to make a proclamation that this year, I've been in El Paso since 1980, not as long as Ray Sanchez and others, is the greatest spring weather we have ever had in the history of El Paso. That's the proclamation. And I'll make another proclamation. We have the greatest group of inductees that we've ever had. So there we go. And it all started in 1955, and I started in 1954, at least coming into this earth. That's how long this Hall of Fame has been going strong. It was called the Gridiron Dinner. It was run by the El Paso Press Club. Did a little research. It was at El Paso Country Club, and this is 55. You know how inflation strikes? $25 for a ticket. Tonight was 30. Not bad, huh? We've held prices in check. So more than 100 names were submitted, but only 2 were inducted. N.A. Ferguson, he helped put tennis on the map in El Paso as a player, coach, and an administrator. The second name is well known to all of us, Andy Cohen. High school baseball, basketball, and football star at El Paso High. He played all 3 sports at Alabama. He later played in the major leagues in the Babe Ruth era with the New York Giants. In his first game in the major leagues, he had 3 hits, 2 RBIs, and was celebrated as one of the first great Jewish sports stars in the United States of America. Andy Cohen went on to manage in the minor leagues, helped the UTEP baseball program get started, and along with his brother Sid, they have Cohen Stadium named in their honor. Now, we're going to introduce people associated with, and there are a couple of others, names associated with the 1955 inaugural class of the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame. So hold your applause until we've greeted everyone that I'm going to recognize. We have Andy's daughters, Marina Lee and Kathy Sowers. Please, here tonight. Take it, go ahead. We're going to give them a little hand while we're at it. And we also have Ann Longmore. Ann was the niece of Andy and the cousin of Marina and Kathy. And Ann attended the 1955 inaugural El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame banquet. So Ann, welcome back. Welcome back. Legendary, another name we've all known, legend and heard of, El Paso legendary broadcaster John Phelan was the first president of the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame. And tonight is John's daughter, Judy Phelan O'Connor is here. Judy, welcome. And we also have a charter member of the El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame on hand, and he's been to every one of these. He's legendary El Paso sports writer, historian, and author Ray Sanchez and his wife, Helen. Ray, where are you? Ray helped get our Hall of Fame started back in '55. Welcome, each and every one of you. We're so glad to have you some 60 years later as part of our celebration. Okay, we're going to get this party started as we honor the greatest El Paso high school athletes of this year. Athletes, we need you to line up over here. Minnie Brooks and maybe a couple of other volunteers will help you get lined up. And we're going to start with the Mr. and Miss athletes. It's just like it's in the program. So if you all will march right over here, we're going to get started because we have a number of plaques to give out to each of you. And now we need Bernard Polk and the athletic directors in attendance tonight to please make their way to the area in front of the podium. Our athletic directors invited tonight are Kenneth Owen of EPISD, Mike Williams of Isleta, Ron Dirks of Socorro, Hampton Hurd of Cathedral, Renee Aguilar of Clint, David Carrasco of Faith Christian, and Peter Morales of San Elizario, and Bernard Polk will join them as well. So, Mr. and Miss Athletes, if you'd line up, please. These athletes that we're going to recognize first are being recognized as the outstanding athletes. We're going to do that because we're not going to do it for this year, and by their respective sports. And in some cases, like basketball, you have boys and girls playing, but we only pick one. So in that case, it's a Mr. or a Miss basketball. And then after that, we're going to honor 9 great team achievements in El Paso, and then we have the academic and athletic achievements by school district in El Paso. So we're going to start with What else? Football. What a year in El Paso. Canutillos run. A record 9 players signed Division I scholarships. And our Mr. Football, Stephen Montez. Stephen, if you'd come on, and I'll tell a little bit about Stephen. He threw for more than 6,000 yards in his high school career at Del Valle, where he led the Conquistadores to the 3rd round of the playoffs, where they lost to the eventual state champion. This year, he threw for 46 touchdowns, rushed for more than 1,000 yards, and 13 more touchdowns. He was recruited by UTEP and many others, but ultimately decided on Pac-12 Conference Colorado. He's a great student. More on that a little bit later. He's a basketball player, track star as well. Coached by Jesse Perales. Mr. Football 2015, Stephen Montez, Del Valle. Moving to another sport in the fall, volleyball. Our honoree, Charlotte Brown, is a junior at Coronado High. Coach Raul Lawrence says she's the best setter he's ever had. She was first team all-district, the past 2 years all-city first team. She's led her school to back-to-back district titles. She was most valuable player at the Nike Arlington Volleyball Tournament and honorable mention volleyball player of the week in the state of Texas. She comes from a family of outstanding athletes. Miss Volleyball is Charlotte Brown, Coronado. Congratulations. A big year for cross country in El Paso, headed by state champions Cathedral and San Elizario. The Eagles of San Eli were led by the incomparable Mr. Cross Country, Michael Johnson. Michael just won the district championship in the 400, the 1600, and the mile relay. Earlier this year, he finished 9th in leading his team to the state cross country championship. He was 2nd in the state in the 800 as a sophomore, 3rd last year, and this year he's undefeated on the track, gunning for gold in Austin. He's considering a host of Division I offers. Coached by Cesar Morales, Mr. Cross Country, Michael Johnson of San Elizario. See how fast he is? We can't even hold him back. Big year for basketball in El Paso. On the girls' side, El Dorado's girls had a great year. TCU signee Adiola Akamolafe, Becca Cardenas of Burgess, lots of boy basketball stars from Andress and elsewhere. But there can be but one Mr. or Miss Basketball. Josh Gallegos played on a Bel Air team that finished the season at 32-1. Think about this. That is the best record in the history of El Paso high school basketball, at least UIL participants that we're aware of. Best record ever. It's also the best record that any team had in the state of Texas this year. He's a 5'9" guard. He leads Bel Air with 102 victories, 1,600 points. He's the only El Paso 3-time All-Region 1 selection. He's the District 2-5A MVP, McDonald's MVP, averaged 17 points, 4 assists, 5 steals a game, coached by Rob Deibler, Mr. Basketball, Josh Gallegos, Bel Air. Now, another sport where we excel, swimming. Franklin had Nina Gonzalez, Sammy Wills, Angelica Castrejon. Victoria Garcia and Victor Bach of El Paso High won medals at state. Roberto Pinedo from Cathedral won just about everything he entered. But Mr. Swimming comes from another swimming hotbed, Eastwood. Leonardo Sanchez assigned a Division I scholarship with TCU. As a junior, he won the Class 5A state championship in the 200-yard freestyle, was 3rd in the 100-yard freestyle. This year, he finished 2nd in the state in the 200 free. El Paso has had precious few UIL state swimming champions. You're looking at one. Coached by Hall of Famer Steve Flato, Mr. Swimming 2015, Leonardo Sanchez, Eastwood. Thanks, Leo. You know, and then we talk about all these great achievements. Guess what our best sport is? Our best sport against statewide competition is wrestling. We had 8 individual state champions. They must be named. Franklin's Christian Ordaz and Alex Jimenez. Jeremy Melendez of El Dorado. Andy O'Brien of Chapin. Andrus's Chantel Berry. Jefferson's Sandra Garcia. Hanks won the girls' team title with Adrian Flores winning her second state title. But our Miss Wrestling, also from Hanks, Daniela Flores, a senior, and she won her second consecutive state wrestling title, along with district and regional crowns. And just today we learned that she has been recognized with the National Wrestling Hall of Fame Excellence Award, the only girl in the state of Texas to receive this award. Coached by Anthony Carter. Hanks, back-to-back state champions, and they couldn't have done it without all the great wrestlers, including Daniela Flores, 2015 Miss Wrestling. Turning to softball, El Paso had some great talent there this year. Last year's Miss Softball, Ariel Blair from Hanks, signed with UTEP. Jasmine Click of Eastlake is going to Division I Liberty. But Miss Softball this year comes to us from Parkland, where Coach Eddie Pedregon told me that Creola Moore is a physical phenomenon. And she's also a Max Preps preseason All-American before her junior year. She played wherever the coach needed her. First she was a pitcher, then a catcher, now a third baseman, so they can't bunt on Parkland. She has more than 50 home runs in her high school career. She's won more than 26 games as a pitcher. She batted .620 last year, over .500 this year. 2015 Miss Softball, Creola Moore, Parkland. Her dad, UTEP football player, right there. Isleta baseball coach David Otagon is retiring this year. Our Mr. Baseball is sending him out in style. In a year of pitchers in El Paso, he's got one of the best ever. He's a Louisville Slugger first-team All-American as a junior when he had 156 strikeouts. He was 11-3 this year. This year, at last check, I don't know what he's done since, but I know this, he has a no-hitter and 2 one-hitters, and just last night he pitched his team to a guaranteed playoff performance with a shutout against Riverside. He signed 1 week ago with Big 12 power Texas Tech, but could go pro if drafted high enough. He was a star high school quarterback and an all-state punter. Mr. Baseball 2015, Justin Maese Isleta. Congratulations, Justin. He pitched in Southwest University Park last night. Led the Indians to the great victory. Mr. Tennis comes to us from the premier tennis program in El Paso, Coronado. Nathan Brown won district again as a senior, and he's undefeated the past 2 years in El Paso. He's ranked in the top 5 in the Southwest, top 100 tennis players in the country. A week ago, Nathan qualified for state in the boys' UIL singles tournament for the 3rd straight year. He was a runner-up last year. Nathan, go get that 6A gold medal this year. He's a pretty good student. He's given a verbal commitment to Yale. Coached by none other than Jerry Pippins. Mr. Tennis 2015, Nathan Brown, Coronado. Nathan, sometimes when you compete for yourself, you don't do as well as when you're competing for others. You're going to be representing El Paso. But Coach Pippins has done everything in tennis, but he's not had a singles state champion. Do it for Coach Pippins. And that's not extra pressure. That means that's extra support. Go get him. And how about the great soccer success in El Paso this year? More on that when we honor our teams in just a couple of minutes. But Miss Soccer comes to us from Andrus High School. She's only a junior, but she is committed to sign a scholarship with Kevin Cross and the UTEP Miners. Danielle Carrion told the El Paso Times that getting the opportunity to stay home and play at UTEP means a lot to me. Well, she's a talented playmaking forward who led her team to a district title in the regional semifinals, scored 2 goals in a by-district win over Bel Air, coached by Angela Mediola. Miss Soccer 2015, Danielle Carrion Andres. Mr. Goff is a 2-time district medalist from Coronado. This year, Evan Macias had the lowest stroke average in the city. He helped lead Coronado to another district team championship. He's been all-city 4 years, all-district 3 years. He's committed to playing golf at UTEP. And here's the best part. He's got an A average in golf coach Robert Pound's astronomy class. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Golf 2015, Evan Macias of Coronado. And we might be saving our best for last. Mr. Track and Field may one day represent the U.S. in the Olympics. He's that good. He's one of the top high school pole vaulters in the world. His father, Paul Benavides, coaches him, as does Kelly Haiti at Franklin. Paul was a pole vaulter at UTEP, a state champion pole vaulter from Burgess. His mother, Rita, was a UTEP track star from the Netherlands, and they produced Paulo Benavides. Vaulted, if you don't follow track, just trust us, 1711 earlier this year to set an all-time national indoor pole vaulting record. He just won district in the area meet, going over 17 feet again. Last year, he won the UIL in the state in pole vault. In 2013, he represented the U.S. in the World Youth Championships in Ukraine. He signed with Kansas, and he'll represent El Paso proudly on the state, national, and international sports stage. And he's trying to get to the all-time record. Don't put any pressure on you. Go get it, Paulo. 18-3, and he might do it at state. Go get him, Mr. Track and Field, Paulo Benavides, Franklin High School. Okay, now we need the representatives of the teams to get over here, please. The teams, and then we will do the district athletes recognized by academics and athletics at the conclusion after we've represented the team. So I need San Elizario boys cross country representatives, including the coach, Cathedral, Canutillo cross country, Cathedral football, Cathedral swimming, Hanks girls wrestling, Andrus basketball, Cathedral soccer, Horizon soccer, and San Eli soccer. A reminder, silent bidding remains ongoing. If you get a chance, please check out the items in the back, that they're worth your time. And before the end of the inductees' acceptance speeches, bid sheets are going to be brought up to the table. And then at that point, you'll be able to determine where you stand. But you've got to go back at the end if you've made a bid and see if you have to confirm that and pay and confirm that you've received one of the silent bid items. Okay. San Eli cross country. I know you guys are fast. And let's get started with the boys from the Lower Valley, state champions in Class 4A cross country. The first team state champion in San Elizario history. Little did we know what would happen a few months later. Coached by Cesar Morales, representing San Eli cross country are Michael Johnson, Luisis Cardoza, Eric Arambula, and who else? There's one more. Who have I not named? These guys are Michael, I think I said Michael. Okay. Oh, and we got the superintendent. So we got everybody here? Okay. San Elizario boys cross country state championship team, congratulations. All right. Displayed on the walls at Cathedral High are not one, not two, but three new state championship trophies this year. Cathedral's cross-country team, coached by Adrian Dodds, won the Texas Association of Private and Parochial Schools state title. First place finisher was Eric Peterson, and Louis Barba was second. As luck would have it, most of the Cathedral cross-country team is in Denton at the regional track and field meet. But still, representing the Cathedral cross-country team is the president of Cathedral, Brother Nick Gonzalez, and two members of the state champion TAPS cross-country team, Antonio Reynosa and Ronaldo Lopez. Cathedral, the TAPS cross-country state champions. Good job, guys. And who will ever forget the run by the KVIA football team? The first El Paso UIL team to ever win a regional championship. The first El Paso area team to ever reach the UIL state semifinals. It took the eventual state champions from Ennis to knock them out of the playoffs. Coach Scott Brooks is here tonight with him, and he brought his son, Bo, and the leader of the team, quarterback, Javier Gomez. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the KVIA Eagles. The Cathedral Swim Team is the most dominant high school sports team in El Paso high school sports history. Coach Jack White led the boys to their 29th state TAPS title. Cathedral medaled in every single event at the state meet. Coach White is in our El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame, and he returns tonight with state champion swimmers Roberto Pinedo, Juan Ramos, and Isaiah Iguere. The Cathedral Irish state swimming champions again. Good job. Great job. Woo. All right, there's a sweet sound. Do you hear it? Back to back. Back to back state 5A UIL wrestling championships for the mighty women of Hanks. Coach Anthony Carter and the Knights won their second consecutive UIL state team championship. Hanks scored 152 points and won by 82 points, an all-time record at state. The Hanks principal decided to send all the girls who were part of the second straight state wrestling championship team. Joining Coach Carter are Daniela Flores, Adrian Holguin, who won state titles, individual titles, Shania Villalba and Rebecca Cordova, who made the individual finals, and Anna Colon, Giselle Escobedo, and Brianna Holcomb. Hanks Wrestling, state champions again. Woo. Is that the most beautiful group of wrestlers you've ever seen in your life? Goodness. A lot of teams making noise this year. This year, I think it's the best year for high school sports achievements that we have ever had in the history of El Paso. And how about Coach Jim Forbes and the Andrus basketball team? All the way to the state tournament in Austin. The first El Paso big school team to make it to the Final Four since Coach Forbes coached Riverside to the Final Four in 1995. That's how long it's been. It took a state champion in Lancaster to beat them. Joining Coach Forbes are Andrus co-captains, Delino Lewis and Aaron Scallion. Andrus basketball, you made us proud. Finally, this is the year for soccer in El Paso. 2 state champions and a 3rd Final Four team. Cathedral, coached by Stephen Lucy, starts off the parade. The Irish won TAPS in February when the Irish defeated Houston Audi International 3-1. The first time the Irish have won a winter state TAPS title. 19-3 record. Along with Coach Lucy, our seniors Victor Diaz and Andres Bustamante. Let's hear it for Cathedral Soccer State Champions. Woo! I got to type a lot of lines here. This is my favorite line of the night. A couple of weeks ago, the Horizon Scorpions scorched the desert sand on their way to Austin and the Class 5A Final Four. It took an unbeaten team from Georgetown Eastview playing at home to knock Horizon out. Congratulations to Coach Mark Franco, and representing the Scorpions are Miguel Rivera, Ruben Velasquez, and Brian Dominguez. Way to go, Horizon. Final Four soccer. And then there was one team. And the team from San Elizario on the heels of their cross-country state championship. Then comes soccer season with Coach Max Sappenfield and the Eagles. They had a brilliant playoff run. They destroyed everybody, capped off by a 4-2 state championship game victory over Liberty Hill. San Ele joins 2 Del Valle boys teams and 1 Coronado boys team as the only teams from El Paso County to ever win a state UIL soccer championship. Representing the state soccer champs from San Ele are Coach Sappenfield and Edwin Marquez, the leading scorer at the state tournament, and Francis Ruiz, the state finals MVP. San Elizario, congratulations, state champions. Woo! All right, I've run out of steam. It's time now for the prizes. El Paso Athletic Hall of Fame Outstanding Student Athletes of the Year. Here's Mr. El Paso Park and Mr. El Paso Parks and Rec. Nice as rice, mellow as jello. He's got to be on his way. He's here. Wayne Thornton.
Thank you, Mr. Lovell, and thank you all. I'd like to thank Joe Fan for his help with the selection of the individual athletes. We'd also like to thank Dr. Xavier Della Torre, the superintendent for YSD, coming down today. I'd like to say something to Tim Floyd. Coach Floyd, back in the day when we were both at UTEP, I bought you lunch a couple of times. I'm thinking of the interest on that lunch, buddy, so I'm trying to think how much that would be right now, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, your first student athlete of the year. She comes to us in the private schools area, Alexia Infante. She's not able to be with us, but her mom is here, Maribel Infante. She goes to Faith Christian. Her dad is Lupe. She's going to a state competitions where she's at now. She played volleyball. Her coach was Vanessa Gerardo. Basketball, Coach Cottrell. Track, Jose Estredic. She played all 3 sports. And also athletic director David Carrasco is here as well. In volleyball, she was the captain of the team. They won state. Basketball, they won state last year. Track and field, she's going to state. Very involved in their church at Abundant Living Faith Center since she's been 12 years old. She helps that church with the 3- and 4-year-olds. The greatest gift to go to private schools, every day you walk to class, you're there with those 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7-year-olds, and they look at her as a role model. Ladies and gentlemen, once again with a 3.7 GPA, going to either UTEP or Sir Ross. She's going to be a business major. Once again, congratulations, Ms. Infante, Alexia Infante. Private school student athlete of the year, Roberto Pinedo from Cathedral High School. Parents Ruben and Lucia Pinedo. He has 2 brothers. Coaches Jack White and Vito Consolari. Athletic director Hampton Hurt. 14-time TAPPS state champion in 4 years. 4-time state champ in the 100 fly. 4-time El Paso Times All-City team. TAP state record holder in the 50 free and the 200 medley relay. He will be getting his associate degree from El Paso Community College this May while he's in high school because he's a part of a dual credit program at Cathedral. He's also president of the Lacidian Youth Club at Cathedral, volunteering everywhere in the city. His greatest memory is my senior year going undefeated in the city against public and private school teams. Ladies and gentlemen, going to Incarnate Word, where he will be swimming on scholarship with a 94 GPA. This is Roberto Pinedo. Your county school female athlete of the year, Emily Estrada, Mountain View High School. Her parents are Juan and Adi Estrada. She has 4 sisters. She is the oldest. Her track coach, Gary Rondell. Her basketball coach, Richard Chacon. Cross-country coach, Raul Salas. Volleyball coach is Miss Afton Check. She played all of those particular sports. Her athletic director is Renee Aguilar. She's a 2-time state qualifier in cross-country. 3-year district champion in 300-meter hurdles. 3-year district champion in the 4x400 meter relay. This past year, she also got 2nd place at the state cross-country meet. She organizes uniforms for the middle school students, and she helps at the middle school for those players for the volleyball program, and she also volunteers in her church. Her greatest memory, qualifying for state and getting 2nd. And to my parents, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can run in cross-country, but now I can run in life. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, going to El Paso Community College as part of the cross-country team, majoring in criminal justice, 3.0 GPA. This is Emily Estrada. The County School Male Athlete of the Year, Stetson Reyes, Clint High School. His parents are Susanna and Alex Reyes. His track coaches, Roosevelt Martinez and Juan Favela. He played cross country and track. His athletic director is Renee Aguilar. He ran cross country for 4 years. Track and field, he did 4 years as well, and 1 year of football. He's a regional qualifier all 3 years in track and field, including going to the regional meet this weekend in Lubbock, Texas. He's a 2-time district champ in the 1600 and 3200, and he was also academic all-state. In the words of his football coach at Clint, Roosevelt Martinez, Stetson has consistently demonstrated an ability to rise to any challenge. Any task that was given to him, he would get it done in a timely manner with no questions asked. A tremendous leader and a tremendous work ethic. A 99.7, I'll give you 100, buddy. 100 GPA, top 5 in his class. Ladies and gentlemen, the criminal justice major, he's going to any college he wants to, Stetson Reyes. El Paso Independent School District Female Athlete of the Year, Nina Gonzalez, Franklin High School. Her parents, Daniel and Jennifer Gonzalez. She has 2 sisters. Her coach is Polly Perry. Her athletic director is Ken Owen. 4-time district champ in the 200 free, 500 free, 200 free relay, and 400 free relay as well. 4-time regional champion in the 500 free. 3-time regional champion in the 200 free, 200 free relay, and the 400 free relay as well. She's gone to state every single year, 4 times. She's also a 3-time district champion, and she's also all-state all 4 years, and this past year she was named All-American. She's also in the Franklin High Theater Troupe. She's an actress, and she also can sing. She volunteers with a church at St. Luke's. Her favorite moment, winning district, not as an individual, as a team. And we went to regionals as a team. And Franklin girls swimming team under Coach Polly Perry captured 5th place at state. First time ever and the highest ever in any El Paso swim team for girls ever. She has a 102.5 GPA. Man, that's like the temperature in one of them hot tubs, isn't it? But she'll be swimming next year in my hometown of New Orleans, ladies and gentlemen. She's going to Tulane University. Right, Mr. Price? Majoring in international relations and political science. Ladies and gentlemen, she's going to come back and be our new city manager. By the way, this is Nina Gonzalez, Franklin High School. Your male athlete of the year from Coronado High School, Ronald Lee Dittinger III. His parents are Ron and Tricia Dittinger. He played football for Coach Bob Anderson, track for Coach Tom Corrigan, athletic director Ken Owen, and he also participated in track. His junior year, he was named the Texas Sports Writers Honorable Mention All-State as a defensive back. 2 times first team El Paso Times. Selected academic elite All-State, and he was selected on the football team that they recently had for the high school All-Star game, and he's also was the MVP for the defense in that game with 2 interceptions. He is also a producer at his school for CTV. You ought to talk to Kevin Lovell because he needs some help over there. But he's a producer for CTV News at Coronado. He's had straight A's through high school with heavy PAP, AP, and dual credit classes. National Hispanic Merit Scholar. National Merit Scholar. Volunteers at the El Paso Homeless Shelter, St. Matthew's Youth Group, and also volunteers and caroling at the Children's Hospital with his Coronado football teammates. He participates as well in the Brave and the Boot Walk, and he's also, ladies and gentlemen, when I called him, he was tutoring a football player from Franklin High School, and he goes to Coronado. That's so cool. That's so cool. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what his GPA is, but he's going to MIT. So he don't need a GPA. He will set the standard. He's going to major in electrical engineering, computer science degree. And when he graduates from MIT, buddy, I know you're going to make a lot of money, but before we go help the Dallas Cowboys and play defensive back. He needs some help. Ladies and gentlemen, Ronald Lee Dittinger right here. Your El Paso Independent School District Male Athlete of the Year, Andres O'Brien, Chapin High School. His parents are Dennis O'Brien and Benito Martinez. He has 5 brothers and sisters. Wrestling coach is Angel Navarez, athletic director Ken Owen. This gentleman is a 2-time state champion in wrestling. 132 pounds last year, 138 pounds this year. This past year was 32-2. Overall, 107-27 in his high school career. He is the co-founder of the Drug-Free Champion Program at various schools for the city of El Paso. He speaks throughout the city on saying no to drugs. His biggest thrill is winning state, not only for me, but for my team and for my coach, Angel Navarez and Juan Garcia, and all my family and all my friends. Thank you all for helping me, because you all are the greatest. And a GPA of 3.0, going to New Mexico Highlands University, where he will wrestle and he will major in mathematics. I'm telling you, you already got a major in mathematics. 1, 2, 3, he's pinned. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Andres O'Brien, right here. El Paso Independent School District Male Athlete of the Year, Victor Baca, El Paso High. Victor and Patricia Baca are his parents. He has 1 brother and 1 sister. His swim coach, Dow Farley. Athletic director, Ken Owen. This past year, he was the El Paso Times Swimmer of the Year for boys. 3-time state qualifier in the 100 fly, 100 breaststroke, and the relays. He got a bronze medal at state this past year, and he's also been a team captain the past 2 years, first team All-State this year as well. He helps serve food to the homeless at the rescue mission. He organizes clothing drives for children in orphanages in Juarez and Chihuahua. He's helped with many food drives in the city, Operation Noel, and many blood drives. His greatest memory was swimming with my brother Branson, who's only a freshman, but we swam together on the 200 medley relay at the state meet this past year. And even though we finished 4th, I'm a champion because of my brother, because of my mom, because of my dad, because of my sister. Thank you all very much. Ladies and gentlemen, going to Incarnate Word with a scholarship for swimming, majoring in criminal justice, 92 GPA, Victor Baca. From the Socorro Independent School District, Athlete of the Year, female, Adiola Akamalafi. She's attending El Dorado. Her brother Tola won this award as well for the males several years ago at Faith Christian Academy. Her parents are Dr. Baba Tunde Akamalafi, and her mom is Catherine Akamalafi. She has 4 brothers and sisters. She played girls basketball at El Dorado for Coach Ty Burns. Her athletic director is Ron Dirks. Her team made it the furthest in the history of the school this past year in basketball, going to the regional quarterfinals. She had over 2,000 rebounds in her high school career, and she played varsity all 4 years. She's all-district MVP, first team all-city. Her basketball team volunteered as a group, helping out the families in Fabens during Christmas time. She's also a member of the PAL program at her school, where they help with special needs children, and also she helps out with the Special Olympics. She gives because of a Christian household from her parents that she's learned at a very early age. She always learned from her parents how to give to others in need. I'm graduating, but I will look back at the area game against Arlington Bowie. We were down 13 points in the 4th quarter. Coach Ty Burns said, "You can do it." They came back to win that particular game. She will be going to TCU on a basketball scholarship. She has a GPA of 3.4. She'll be majoring in kinesiology. She wants to become a physical therapist. She's been schooling them for a long time on the court, and your opponent's been getting a lot of therapy from you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Adiola Akamalafi. Socorro Independent School District Male Athlete of the Year, Billy Cuellar, Eastlake High School. His parents are Billy and Donna Cuellar, 1 brother, 1 sister. Football coach, J.J. Calderon. His track coach is Edward Cano, and he participated in football and track. His athletic director is Ron Dirks. He's a team captain of the football team, where they were district, by-district, and area champions this past year. From Rivals.com, he was first team All-State. He led the state of Texas for 5A in interceptions. with 9 this year. He has won 6 gold medals in track and field, and he continues on in his quest going to regionals this weekend. And he's also participates in the 4x100 relay and also the 300-meter hurdles. His greatest moment: in the area football game, I got an interception and I ran it back 45 yards that sealed the victory. And the first time in our school history, we accomplished the task of winning area. I set my goals when I was going into my senior year that we wanted to get this far. I'm so glad my interception helped my team, helped my school, and helped my family. 3.6 GPA, going to University of Texas Permian Basin, majoring in kinesiology, wants to become a coach, and this will be the first year of the school having a football program as well. Congratulations, Billy Cuellar, Eastlake High School. Your other Socorro Independent School District Male Athlete of the Year, Q Drennan. He went to Americas High School, or goes to Americas. His parents are Chris and LaDonna Drennan, 7 brothers and sisters. His coach is Patrick Melton in football, athletic director Ron Dirks. He had 8 offers to play Division I football as a QB. And in college, he will be going this year to the University of New Mexico. And he's interested in becoming something very special for their program. He was named second. What's neat about this is he's a quarterback this year. Last year, as a junior, he was second team All-State as a wide receiver. This past year, he threw for over 2,500 yards and 28 touchdowns. We were down 17 points in the fourth quarter. It was during homecoming, and we came back to win that game. It was simply the best. He'll be graduating in the top 10% of his class, and seeing the younger players in his team and seeing them develop over the year was a special bond for him. A GPA of 3.9, going to the University of New Mexico in the Mountain West Conference. His major will be business, and you know why they call him Q? Because a quarterback. Ladies and gentlemen, Q Drennan, right here. Your Ysleta Independent School District Female Athlete of the Year, Anna Mora, Eastwood High School. Her parents, Robert and Maria Mora. She ran cross country and track and field for Coach Mike McLean. She's also truly an accomplished athlete as well as being in the classroom. Her athletic director is Mike Williams. She's a 4-time All-City cross country runner, 2 times El Paso Times cross country MVP runner of the year. She led her cross country team to 3 consecutive undefeated seasons. In 2014, Anna became the first athlete, male or female, to place in the top 10 at the prestigious Nike South Regional Cross Country Championships. She's 3-time All-City in track and field. In the 2014 cross country season, no other El Paso runner finished within 60 seconds of her in the 3200. So far, in the 2015 track season, no other El Paso girl has finished within 60 seconds of her in the 3200 as well. Mike McLean is her coach, and he says she was always at the start of the races cheering on everybody else, the freshmen, the junior varsity, even her teammates on varsity. She's all about awards for her team, not for herself. A GPA of 90, going to Eastern Oklahoma University, where her brother is there now running track. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Anna, and by the way, she's not going to go ahead and walk over. She's going to run over and run back to Eastwood, right? Anna Moore, right here. Congratulations. Your Female Athlete of the Year, Adrienne Holguin, Hanks High School. Her parents, Claudia Ware, Felipe Sano. Her coach, Mr. Legendary Anthony Carter, and AD Mike Williams. Adrienne is only a sophomore, and she's a 2-time state champion already in wrestling at 148 pounds. This past year, she was 42-0. Overall, she is 84-1, and she's still looking for that girl to beat her. I'm just kidding. But Hanks High School wrestling team was state champions, as you all know. And of course, she volunteers with the Humane Society, volunteers with Special Olympics, teaches wrestling to the middle school students. The stress level on Coach Carter is obviously very high because we won state last year. For us to win it again 2 years in a row, it shows how hard we worked together, not just during the season, but the whole entire year. She is so proud of the fact that they can walk proud on their campus as a 2-time state champion. We talk about role models. We talk about people that are mentors. This young lady is both. Ladies and gentlemen, with a GPA of 97, she's going to go to any college. I don't know where you're going. You're going to the highest bidder, right, when you get to be a senior? Ladies and gentlemen, majoring when she wants to get to college in kinesiology and physical therapy. How about it for Adrienne Holguin? Your male athlete of the year is Sled Independent School District from Del Valle High School, Stephen Montes. His dad is Alfred Montes. His dad, by the way, played in the NFL for 2 years with the Oakland Raiders. He has a brother, Raymond, as well. His coach, Jesse Perales, outstanding job every year. Will Churchill is his basketball coach. Orlando Hairston is his track coach. He played football, basketball, and track. His AD is Mike Williams. He was a top 10 finalist for Mr. Texas Football. El Paso Times Offensive Player of the Year. 3 years started at quarterback at Del Valle. This past season, threw 46 touchdowns, 86 in his career. Basketball, he's a 2.58 offensive MVP, first team All-City. Track and field, he's going to regionals this weekend in the high jump, where he jumps 6'4". He set a school record for completions with 239 in his career, and one time he ran 87 yards on the play from scrimmage. I had a dream about this opportunity, said Stephen. I thought I could play in the Pac-10 at that time, and now it's the Pac-12. My dream is going to come true. He has a full athletic scholarship to play football at the University of Colorado, where he will major in marketing. He's number 19 in his class. He's got a 95 GPA. And I know you're going to major in marketing, my friend, but before and after you graduate, and before you think, I don't want to go to the NFL, let me talk to you about being your agent, okay, my man? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mr. Stephen Montes, Del Valle High School. Thank you all very much. Thank you all. Always do two things. Stay nice as rice, mellow as jello. And on your way home tonight, when you get in your car, just before you get in, look up in the sky. There's no stars. You know why? Because all the stars are right here. God bless, and thank you.